All right, we just had a snowfall, guys, and my driveway has not yet been plowed, so I was really praying, really hoping that I'd get over the big hump at the end of the driveway, or at the top of the driveway rather, and I did, so yay me. Without getting stuck. That's a very, very good thing. But anyways, I'm heading into town really quick right now. Sorry for the shakiness. This road is not the best, but I'm heading into town right now to grab some margarine and some milk before the stores close, or before the store closes rather. We really need those two things. I can wait till tomorrow to get everything else. I don't have a super long list for tomorrow, but it's long enough that, you know, I don't want to have to miss the sales. So, yeah, so that's where I'm headed right now. I am alone, as you can see. It's a very rare occasion, especially when my kids are off school. So I was quite happy about that. And I'm happy to see that the roads are actually pretty much clear, which is really nice. The plows have been out all morning, all day pretty near, salting the roads and plowing them and what have you, just to get them nice and clear so we can drive safely, which is amazing. Be nice if the roads were like this when I had to go to work in the morning. I start work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and 99% of times the roads are nowhere close to being plowed. Yeah, so I usually have to take it pretty slow going to work in the morning. It's not always the funnest, but I have learned how you have to drive on wintry roads. And yeah, it's basically go as slow as you can, or drive as if, wow, that was a big tree down. Holy cow, I wonder when that came down. Sorry guys. Basically you have to drive as if you have your 90-year-old grandmother sitting in the front seat holding a bowl full of punch with no lid on. That's how I think of it now, because otherwise you want to get to where you want to go to, but seriously, it's not worth it, believe me. So I take my time now. I drive slow, I drive carefully, and it's definitely worth it in the end. But anyways, yeah, so that's where I'm headed right now. After I come back, I want to finish trying to organize that closet. More so just the front of it, like what's in front of the closet. One of these days, I really have to go through and go through all of the clothes and really try and narrow down what I truly need and what I don't, because I know I have too many clothes. I know I do, but I have to deal with the space that I have right now, and the space is just being like overrun. It's just crazy. So I know one day that's going to be my to-do list, is just to go through the clothes in that closet and either sell or donate what I can part with, because it's just too much. It's just too much. I mean, it's nice to get a new shirt here and there, you know, but if you're not wearing the other stuff in your closet, then why bother? I used to have this trick for keeping my clothes kind of at bay for what I had, by taking the hanger and turning all the hangers backwards. And then once you've worn it, once you go to hang it back in the closet, then face the hanger forward. So then after a year or however long, you can see which clothes you've actually worn and what you haven't. And then after the year, 6 months, whatever the time period is that you choose, then take all those clothes out and donate them, because clearly you haven't worn it in a year or whatever the time frame is, and really think, okay, am I gonna wear this? Different if it's like, I feel like if it's like a cocktail dress or something like that, like something that you might only have one or two of or something like that, where you know, okay, it's not something that you're going to be wearing on an everyday basis or an every week basis or even an every month basis. So those types of things, yes, good to have one or two of those because you never know when you're going to need them. Wedding, funeral, whatever the occasion is for whatever that item of clothing is, definitely keep it as long as it fits you. If it doesn't fit you, whether it's too big or too small, don't, as hard as it is, and I mean, I'm one to talk, I keep tons of clothes. I'm really bad for that lately, keeping tons of clothes that no longer fit you, whether they're too big or too small. It doesn't matter. But if you don't start getting rid of those clothes and let go of the idea that, oh, I'm going to fit into that, or that still looks really nice and I want to fit into that, you are literally just going to be overrun with clothes. Because, not saying that you shouldn't set a goal for yourself, but you shouldn't think that you should keep these clothes because eventually you'll get into them. Like, what if eventually never happens? That's just the way life goes sometimes. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just the way things go sometimes. What if eventually never happens? What if you keep those 10 or 20 articles of clothing and you don't ever fit back into them and you've kept them for 30 years? Like, was that worth it? Was that worth taking up that extra room in your closet or your life, just because you were hoping to fit back into it? I feel myself that's more of a discouragement to you when you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I've had that for 3 years and I still can't fit back into it. Get it out of your life. Get it out of your way so you're not constantly looking at it, so you're not constantly saying to yourself, oh, I'm still not there, oh, this and that, whatever. You're just going to keep giving yourself those negative thoughts that you don't need. Get rid of things that give you negative thoughts just like that, and it will honestly, truly help your mental state. You have no idea. Decluttering helps your mental state. It is one of the best things that you could do for yourself. It truly is, because when you have so much stuff, or when you have too much stuff for the space that you live in, your mind also feels cluttered. It feels overwhelmed. It feels weighed down because you don't have any space in front of you, which makes you feel internally and mentally like you don't have enough space. So, as hard as it is sometimes to wean down the items that you have, and again, thinking, oh, but one day I might have this, or one day I might fit into that. It's a very difficult thing to do, but we have to do it. Because overall, it's going to make the space that you live in a lot better, and it's going to make you feel 100 times better. That is why I'm working on this, and I'm really, really trying to just pick something up if I can't think of a reason why I need it. If it doesn't make me happy, if I don't have a use for it right then and there, then I'm just like, I don't need this. Like, for some reason, for a long time, I was keeping like empty boxes of things that I was like, oh, but what if I have to put this, like, what if I move? What if I have to put that item back in that box because I have to move? I was like, that is the craziest thing. Like, thinking about that now, I'm like, that is the craziest thing. Why am I keeping all these empty boxes and packages of things in case I move one day? Like, it's a good idea in theory, but if I don't have any plans for that right now, it truly doesn't make any sense to keep it. So that is something that I am doing, is really, really trying to cut down and cut back and organize and declutter my life, because having anxiety and feeling overwhelmed constantly on a daily basis really, really wreaks havoc on your mental state, and it's just not healthy. It makes you very nervous. It makes you feel very on edge. You get very upset very quickly. You get angry very easily, and it can be over the tiniest, smallest thing, and it's not healthy for you or the people around you for you to feel like that all the time. Some people need medication for it, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like people say, would you deny a diabetic their insulin? Well, then don't deny somebody who, has some difficulties in other areas of their body their medicine. We all have our trials, we all have our difficulties, and sometimes we need help. sometimes we can only do so much without medicine, and eventually sometimes we do need the medicine to help us, which is okay. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you feel like you need medicine, or you feel like, okay, I've done this for so long and nothing's changing, nothing's happening, I just don't feel any different, and I've tried this and I've tried that, go see your doctor. Explain to them, or just go see a doctor, even if you don't have a family doctor. Just go into a walk-in clinic, or if you don't want to go to your family doctor. If for some reason you don't feel comfortable enough with your family doctor, you could go to a walk-in clinic and just explain to them, I just don't feel right. I just don't feel the same as I did, and I want to feel like myself again. And explain to them everything. Explain to them, on a daily basis, the things that you do and how you feel when you're doing them, and how you want that to change, and the things that you've tried. And they're there to help you. They truly are. So I know I deal with my own difficulties on a daily basis, and it's not fun. So these are just some of the things that I'm trying to do for myself to try and get myself on a better track. So I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are having a good holiday season. If you're off work, I hope you're having a good holiday break. Off school, same thing. I hope you're having a great break. I am currently off work as of right now. They give me a bit of a break over the holidays, which is nice. And it's a good time just to be able to spend it with the boys and with, people that are around. And it's nice because I get to go and start doing some of these things, like this decluttering. And I'm hoping to start off the new year with a better outlook and just feeling better overall. And I truly, truly hope that's what happens. That's my goal, kind of before the new year, is to really try and get all these things done. So when we go back to work, we go back to school, everything just feels that little bit, not a lot, but maybe just that little bit easier. That's all we can ask for, right? So anyways, guys, that was a very long tangent that I wasn't planning on going on, but I'm sorry. It's funny how when you start talking, you just kind of keep going, and it's like, it really is just like therapy for yourself. Like, you don't feel like you can talk to anybody. I'm talking to you guys right now, but really I'm sitting in my car by myself. So sometimes what you don't feel you can say, too directly to a person's face. Sometimes something like this, like even if you guys don't have a YouTube channel, even just talking to a camera like that, like I just did, and then watching it back can really help you sort some things out. Or like writing in a journal, getting your feelings out in whatever way you feel comfortable. Especially if you don't feel comfortable talking to an actual person, can really, really help you mentally. I've started to learn that. I've always been the type of person to just kind of keep everything in and keep it to myself and just deal with it, or not deal with it, in a manner of speaking, just kind of bearing it all and being like, well, it is what it is, and you just got to deal with the way things are. That's the way I've kind of always had my outlook on life. Just push it down, basically, and just get over it. But you can't live like that, because eventually it's all going to come to the surface. Your emotions, everybody has emotions, and there's nothing you can do about that. You can't make them go away. I mean, you can push them down for a while, but eventually they're going to come up to the surface, and you're basically going to have like a meltdown in a place where you necessarily don't want to have a meltdown. And because those emotions, they have to come out. They have to. So it's better to get some emotions out in a little bit more of a healthy way than just kind of like writing it down, or talking to a camera or whatever, or talking to a friend or anybody, rather than just exploding out of nowhere. But anyways, guys, I have made it into town, and I am going to run in and grab my margarine from here, and I'm going to grab my milk from the gas station when I'm done, just because it's cheaper there. It's a lot cheaper there, actually. It's like $9 here for milk, and it's only like $6 something at the gas station. So yeah, that's where I'm going to get my milk. So I'm going to run in really quick before the store closes. So much for just popping in and grabbing a few things, eh guys? That's what happens all the time. You go in and you're like, oh, this on sale, that's on sale, this is on sale, that's a good deal. And it's just like, you can't pass it up, because you know, okay, I'm gonna need that, and I'm gonna be kicking myself if I don't get it now when it's on sale and I have to pay full price. So I'm gonna show you guys my receipt. So as you guys can see, everything that I bought today was on sale. I did not buy anything for full price. At these local grocery stores, and even regular, grocery stores, I really try to avoid buying things for full price. But especially at these little local grocery stores, just because everything is so much more expensive. So as you can see, I picked up a pack of chicken breasts. They were regularly $19.59, and they were on for 50% off. They had a 50% sticker, so I saved $9.79 off the chicken. And then I got 2 bags of they call them the old bananas, like the brown bananas, and I love using those to make my banana muffins and banana bread. So I got 2 bags of those, and I believe that they were, oh gosh, were they 69 cents a pound? I think it was at $1.52 a kilogram. I think it was like 69 cents a pound. I can't remember, but anyways. So I got 2 of those, and it only came out to be $2.79 for like 2 bags of bananas. So that's awesome. And then I got 2 packs of bagels. They were on for 2 for $5, so they were $2.50 each. And then I grabbed the margarine. The margarine is the only thing that I ever pay full price for, because it is the only margarine that all of us enjoy, and it actually has a good taste. And it's actually a little bit better for you. The types of fats and stuff that are in it are just, overall, I kind of liked it a lot better than the other margarines. I got 2 bricks of cheese. I got a brick of mozzarella cheese and a brick of marble cheese. They were each $3.97, so I saved $3.52 a brick, which is amazing. And then I got 1 tub of the cream cheese for our bagels. So they were on for $2.79, so I saved $1.71 there. And then this was like totally completely out of the blue. They had the DITL Merry Mint Christmas soaps on for 50% off, so they were regularly $2.99. I saved $1.50 off of each, so that was awesome. And then I also was able to get my air miles on top of all that. So my total was $40.77 for all 11 items. My total savings overall was $26.81, and I love on this receipt at this particular grocery store, it actually tells you your percentage of savings. So my percentage of savings today was 40%, and I earned 2 bonus air miles because I spent $40, and you get a reward mile for every $20 that you spend. So it was great. So that was a great unexpected shopping trip, and I'm going to head over to the convenience store and pick up something for a friend of mine, and then I will head over and pick up the milk.